Smart, Muna King Fanja, Usari Maribo. What's a say, Joseph Woodabwe? I remember 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 that concept Randago. Mukuba, Mate, Mechi, Away, Peter, Eno, Ancien Treva, Wambano, Murukwa, Aquaticaba, and young Atem, Wambano, Aquaticaba, Arremone, Wambano, Tonkabatam, Aquaticaba, Etigan Sawadi, Wambano, Muruba, Manyi Taku. Wangano. Ameno. Kine Bagabari Bachasama. That is smart. Bachasama. Monica Bagabari Bachasama. Kine Bagabari Bachasama. Usani Maribo. Bagabari Bachasama. Kine Bagabari Bachasama. Kine Bagabari. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Kangba puku. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Kangba puku. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama kangba pukwa. Watateba kumakama. Emorwe. Tenanyingame. Emorwe. Akamonywe. Tenanyingame. Akamonywe. Oh, seku Joseph Oraba. Tenanyingame. Oh, seku Joseph Oraba. Akamonywe. Oh, seku Joseph Oraba. Tenanyingame. Oh, seku Joseph Oraba. Akamonywe. Tenanyingame. Emorwe. Duakame monyo. Tenareme. Emorwe. Duakame monyo. Tenanyingame. Duakame monyo. Tenareme. Seseku. Abwai. Wangano. Tenanyingame. Oh. Tenareme.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in today. I am your host, your comrade in arms, Chris Anu, coming to you for good. Today, I am very, very excited being back to you on ABS on a regular basis after a lot has happened to me, my family, and of course, to the Ambazonia struggle for independence. Please do me the favor. This is open mic. And open mic means you have the leeway, as much as I do, to call in any time, any hour, any moment to either make a contribution or ask a question. And I promise you, this is going to be very, very exciting. Very exciting. So please do me the favor, hit your share button. If you are watching by way of the social media, hit your share button, be it Facebook or YouTube. And if you are watching by way of satellite television in all of sub-Saharan Africa, please let somebody know, let your neighbors know. The anchor man is back and back for good. The anchor man is back and he is back for good. I will be right back. Please hit your share button. All right, thank you for staying put, ladies and gentlemen. Please again go ahead and hit your share button if you are watching by way of the social media, that is either YouTube or Facebook. Hit your share button. And once more, I am really glad, I am very, very excited to say I am back, and I am back for good. Back for good. I have been gone for quite since July that I was here on the more stable basis. I think I only came back once. That was sometime 2 weeks ago with the exclusive with Rohaya Chiroma. But this time, as you find on your screen, Chris Anu is back for good. After so much, ladies and gentlemen, so many things happening to me. I traveled out, came back August 1st. They confiscated my phones and my laptops, and I lost touch with the rest of the world. Many of you have been calling. Many of you called to send condolences after the passing of my mom, but I just could not, I wasn't getting those calls because those phones have not been with me. I lost touch with those phones. I got cut off with the rest of Ambazonia and the rest of the world without those phones and the contacts. And then shortly after that, my mom passed, and of course you can imagine the devastation. It was not possible to come on television and just do things as usual with such a devastating news. And so we lost our mom. Most of you have seen the celebrations in Maryland, and then last Friday we also had a celebration in Ghana, where my mom passed. It's a sad tale. I don't like to think about it, but I just have no choice. It is one of the prices that we pay in fighting for country and for our people. We are ready to go through, the wars of sacrifices for the struggle for the people and for a nation, for a cause of justice. So my mom is dead and gone, and it has been a very, very devastating moment, ladies and gentlemen. But I am glad to say I am back and back. permanently on a stable basis. So you will be seeing me, especially this week of La République du Cameroon's elections. You will be seeing me on a daily basis. I will be here tomorrow, I will be here Wednesday, I will be here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to be having a large panel to kind of monitor La République du Cameroon's elections. You don't want to miss news talk. You do not want to miss news talk any day, any moment this week, because it promises to be scintillating, illuminating, informative, and educative. So please, you stay tuned, and you will be glad that you did. Today, I will be talking about a number of things that are happening. Number one, the 1st of October celebrations, October 1st celebrations in Ambazonia. A special thank you to the AROF. Number two, I will also be talking about lockdown and La République du Cameroon's elections. La République du Cameroon's elections. I hear so much confusing news out there on the social media, especially being peddled by Mimi Melfor, that lockdown has been called off for Ambazonians to go out and vote. Vote for which president? Vote for which election? For which country? Lockdown is not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It stays until after the so-called elections are over. I'm going to be talking about that. I will also be talking about the wake up, the phone call, and the messages that I received this morning coming from Amy Bankwi in La République du Cameroon and Paul Tasson, their so-called Minister of Economy. And that is to tell you, I am not only friend to Issa Chiruma, I am friend also to Emi Bankui, right? Who called me this morning. I'm going to be coming to that story. And of course, this is open mic. I will be taking your phone calls. In the course of this. Remember, you can stop me any hour, any moment to ask a question or make a contribution. And you are in charge, essentially. You are in charge. This show, Open Mic, is for the people. So, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead again, continue to hit your share button. I can see the numbers jumping on the Facebook. Please keep on hitting the share button. All right, and I will be back. In a short moment. Stay tuned.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com.
Those who think that Amba is 9 Ya, yes, Mangura. Him may realize.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put. You are watching the Boyo Restoration Fighters of Ambazonia, one of the strongest arm of Ambazonian liberation fighters out there in the Boyo County, commemorating the 64th independence of Ambazonia. How many of you out there know Ambazonia was the first peoples in Africa to become independent, even when no other African country had gained independence? Ambazonia, the southern Cameroons, was the first African country to have a government of its own, with an elected prime minister, with a House of Assembly, with a House of Chiefs. That was ever before 1960, ladies and gentlemen, Year of Union. But the good thing is they couldn't erase the international boundaries that separated the two territories. So up to today, as I speak, there is every evidence in the books that Ambazonia, the southern Cameroons, is a separate territory from La République du Cameroun, separated with international borders marked by the United Nations. And so last October 1st, ladies and gentlemen, Ambazonians poured out in their numbers, as you saw in that video from Boyo. Now, I don't have time to play other footages from Bui, from Go, Ketwinjia, from Mezam, from the rest of the places, just for time reasons. But last October 1st, Ambazonians poured out in their numbers, defying the occupying forces of La République du Cameroun to commemorate their day of independence. On October 1st, 1961, it was supposed to be independence. After 1954, the United Nations said, okay, we're giving the Southern Cameroon official, formal, because until then, the Southern Cameroon was still a trust territory, though it was self-governing. Until 1961, the Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia, was a trust territory. So in 1961, the United Nations said, let's do it properly. And instead of keeping the territory independent as it already was, they said, let us give them independence by joining, independent by. The emphasis is on the word by joining another sovereign country that had already gotten its independence a year previously, that is La République du Cameroun. And so, ladies and gentlemen, on October 1st, we celebrate October 1st, not because it is actually the Independence Day for the Southern Cameroons. I think a legitimate Independence Day for the Southern Cameroons will be the day we conducted elections and elected our first premier and set up our institutions like the National Assembly, the Houses of Chiefs, the police force, and so on. That was self-rule, something we lost and which we cherish a lot today because we no longer have it at the time we joined La République du Cameroon. However, every October, Ambazonians poured out to celebrate what was the surrender, essentially, of our sovereignty to another country that since then continues to treat us as second-class citizens, as slaves. That's exactly the picture, and that is why Ambazonia is at war today. So I am really excited. I want to thank the Ambazonia Restoration Forces all over the territory from Fako to Ndonga Mantung, Nkambe, for showing the courage, stepping out, defying the occupying forces of La République du Cameroon to assert that the war is still raging on. There is no surrender. There won't be a surrender. It cannot be until there is a sit down on the negotiation table to decide formally how it ends and the fate of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. That is when we will say the war is over, the conflict is over. And so please, thank you very much. Thank you very much, all of you out there, for stepping out, being courageous, and celebrating our Independence Day. It was a wonderful occasion, widely celebrated, and I think La République du Cameroon was taken by surprise because they didn't expect that our people are still out, zealous, courageous, defiant, and stepping out in their numbers to celebrate their national day. Thank you, Ambazonia, and may God bless you. This thing has been going on now for 9 years. This month of October makes it 9 years. The 2 cubes of sugar were supposed to have dissolved 2 weeks after October 2016. You remember that, right? The 2 cubes were supposed to have dissolved 2 weeks after October 2016. But think about it. 9 years. We are still kicking and strong and defending our turf, ladies and gentlemen. Some people out there like to say, call us that your internet government. That your internet government. That's what they say. La République du Cameroon's agents. Let me ask you, does a virtual government hold a well-equipped army hostage, ransom, for 9 solid years? Ask yourself that question. How is that possible? That is so-called internet government holds a sovereign government with a standing army, ladies and gentlemen, for 9 years. When you lack something to say, to report of these wars, just stay quiet and stop saying internet government, because it is ridiculous. How can an internet government hold your government out there ransom for 9 years? Which internet government does that? So I'd like to once more thank our people out there in Ambazonia for stepping out courageously, celebrating our National Day, and of course the restoration fighters of Ambazonia. All of you, whatever name you give to yourself, from Fako to Nkambe, we appreciate you. We appreciate your courage and your defiance and your determination to carry this battle to the end. The good thing is that we did not declare war. We defend ourselves. La République du Cameroon declared war November 17, 2016. November 17, 2016. I can see Paul Biya at that airport where arriving from Côte d'Ivoire, attending an African AU summit in Côte d'Ivoire. He arrived at the airport in Yaoundé and offered a press conference in which he declared war on Ambazonia. I see it. I see him there. So please, for those of you out there telling us, you guys should give up, you guys should surrender, you guys, our people are suffering and so on and so forth. Surrender to who? To the man who declared war to eviscerate, to decimate all of us? Of course, that is not going to happen. It would never happen, ladies and gentlemen. That would never happen. And before I move on, I just want to once more remind all of you that the leadership of the interim government has changed hands. And at this moment, I am no longer the leader of the interim government. Dr. Anthony Epa is the new leader of the interim government. All our support is behind him, behind Dr. Epa. When I took over the leadership in 2022, as you all will recall, I made a promise. I will not go beyond one term. I will not go beyond a single term. When that term was up, for the past 8 months or so, the Restoration Council was notified that I will not be running for the office again, just to fulfill the promise that I made. And so since then, the Restoration Council began to prepare the stage for the next leader, for the next election and the next leader. And so this is not something that I jump up in the morning and told Cabinet and the Restoration Council I'm stepping aside. No, the Restoration Council and Cabinet, they have known for about a year that I will not be running again. So their minds were prepared, everybody was prepared, and the elections into the office took place very smoothly. No contention. In fact, there were, I think, around 9 or 13 nominees. 9 or 13 nominees to that election. And of the 13, only two came out, stood out and accepted to stand the election. That is Dr. Epa and Dr. Ngwambe. And but at the end of the day, Dr. Epa won the day to become the next leader of the interim government of Ambazonia. Now, I say this to say that you will hear people out there saying, oh, Chris has escaped, has run away, has abandoned the struggle. You see, he surrendered, and so on and so forth. I even hear some saying, you see, Chris has surrendered and he is now talking to Issa Chiroma. You see, Issa Chiroma has confessed that Chris is his friend. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I will be friends with anybody for as long as it doesn't hurt me. I will be friends to anyone who does not hurt me. It doesn't hurt to be friends with people, even when you know they are your enemies, right? I will come to that anyways at the end of the day. But let me say to you, ladies and gentlemen, you will still see me here every day talking about the interim government and the liberation struggle for a free and independent Ambazonia. You will still see me coming here on a weekly or daily basis defending Ambazonia, defending the cause. So, I've only fulfilled a promise that I made by handing it over to somebody else. I am now just an Ambazonian like any other Ambazonian. Maybe you can call me an activist. I am just an activist at the moment, supporting the struggle, pushing the struggle. I am still very much part of the machine. The machine. You can call me an insider. perfectly. That is fine. I am just not at the helm at the moment because I promised to do so. I promised to hand it over after a term of 3 years. So it is important that I bring this to you, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me take you to this other subject of the lockdown and elections in La République du Cameroon. Elections in La République du Cameroon. I've heard so much rumors on the social media generated by Mimi Mayfor website that Ambazonian leaders have called off the lockdown for Ambazonians to go out and vote. And my question is, vote for what? Vote for who? For which candidate? In which country? Ladies and gentlemen, Ambazonia is still fighting to be free. We have no elections in our territory. Now let's note this. Take this very seriously. 2017 Siseko Ayoktabe and the rest of the interim government and all of Ambazonia, in fact, declared the sovereignty of the state of the Southern Cameroons from that of La République du Cameroon. That was not meant for a show, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't a show. We meant what we said, that going forward from that November 2017, Ambazonia henceforth was going to operate as a separate country of its own when it comes to the prosecution of this war. La République du Cameroon may still have their administrators in our territory, but that is why we fight. Why are we fighting? To get rid of those administrators, send them packing back into their territory in La République du Cameroon. But we declared, we asserted our sovereignty in November 2017. We declared that we have nothing to do with the government in La République du Cameroon. We can no longer celebrate their national days. We can no longer recognize their 20th May, their 11th of February, and anything, ladies and gentlemen, including elections organized by that colonial power. That was our resolve, our declaration in November 2017. And so when people come out saying, you guys, just shut down the lockdown and let people go out and vote, I am like, voting for who? For who? In which elections? Organized by who? By La République du Cameroon in Ambazonia? Let me say this. I hear people say, oh, Chris is talking to so many people, to Issa Chiroma and this and that. Chris talks to a whole lot of people, friends and fools alike, ladies and gentlemen. And I hear some of them, especially the fools, saying to Chris, I know, this is the best opportunity, they say, the best opportunity that Ambazonians have to change the destiny of the country and the people. And I asked them, what is this opportunity? They said, this time, any candidate that we support is going to win the elections. And when they win the elections, they will bring peace. They will make peace. And I asked them, is it peace we are looking for in Ambazonia for 9 years? Is it peace that we are looking for? Is it change we are looking for? We're not looking for change that is initiated from Yaoundé. We're not looking for peace that is engineered from Yaoundé, from La République du Cameroon. We are looking for justice, and the justice that ends with a free and independent Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. That has been our goal from day number one, and nothing is going to change that. Nothing is going to change that. So, the idea that let's just open the territory and let elections take place because we have an opportunity, were they waiting to conduct elections before they look into the killings they have carried out in our territory for 9 years? Why should it take an election for peace to come? And by the way, look at all those politicians in La Republic of Cameroon running after you and telling you, let's open up the territory for voting to take place. Where were they in the past 9 years? How many of them, ladies and gentlemen, how many of them stood out or stepped out to condemn the barbarism, the brutality, the genocidal crimes that French Cameroon perpetuates in our territory? Where was Issa Chiroma? I'm coming to that. Don't be worried. I'm coming to Issa Chiroma. But where was him? Where was Akere Mona? Where was Osi Joshua? Where was Cabri? Is it Cabri, Labri, or Labi, or something like that? Where was Canton, ladies and gentlemen? Now suddenly, elections are here. And all of a sudden, Southern Cameroonians are the people who will give them the presidency. And then after the voting is over, guess what will happen? They shut their ears to yours and they open their ears to the French. Because they need the French for their protection, and there will be a coup d'etat, right? So they will shut their ears to your ears, and when I mean you Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians. They just need your vote. They just need your vote. Let me ask you the question I have asked several times. From 1961 up to 2025 is 64 good years. 64 good years. Which means we have, within this time period, we have voted at least for at least half of those years. And the question begs, what have we gained? What has changed? So we should go and vote now, so that what should change? So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, the lockdown is not going anywhere. The lockdown is not going anywhere until the elections are over. The lockdown isn't going anywhere until October the 14th. October the 14th. The lockdown will stay. Ignore any other thing you see out there from the social media, like Republic of Cameroon agents like Mini Mefo on the social media, and know that lockdown stays until October the 14th after French Cameroon elections on Sunday. Sunday is the 12th, the elections day. The 13th is Monday, our regular Monday ghost town. And on Tuesday, the 14th, go out, take care of your business, and do whatever you want to do. Let me say this before I close this chapter. I know many people will be saying, Chris, but in spite of the ghost town, people will still vote. People will still vote. And the beer will still win. In fact, I talk to people who tell me, Chris, if you people don't vote, you are doing the CPDM a favor, because the CPDM will claim all of the results from Ambazonia, Southern Cameroons. And I said, but yeah, even if they do so, what difference does it make? We voted for the past 64 years. Did the CPDM and the CNU not always declare the winner of the vote? They always did. The CNU, for its lifetime, won all the elections in Ambazonia, Southern Cameroons. The CPDM, ladies and gentlemen, even Frondi did not win elections in Ambazonia. Think about that. Even Frondi could not win an election in Ambazonia. And you want me to believe that this time the chance is there, the opportunity is there. If we vote now, Ambazonia will make the difference because they will vote for the opposition, right? That is wishful thinking. That is wishful thinking. What is going to change? Nothing is going to change. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are very cognizant of the fact that La République du Cameroon will declare Ambazonia voted for the CPD and probably 99% of the vote. We know that. We know that. The thing is, even if knowing that we now say, okay, let Ambazonians go and vote, what difference does it make? The CPDM will still declare 99% result victory in Ambazonia. But if we stay home, ladies and gentlemen, we send a strong and profound message to the rest of the world. Number one, war is still going on in Ambazonia. Number two, Ambazonians did not participate in French Cameroon election. There will be international observers on the ground. We have won. We have won. So-called international observers, because remember the last election, La République du Cameroon went to France and the USA invited private citizens to go feature in Cameroon as election observers. Thank God for the international media. They picked that out. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe international observers will be there in La République du Cameroon and they will be there to report. Ambazonia was locked down on the election day, and so even if they declare victory in Ambazonia for the Ambazonian vote, observers, the media, the diplomats in Yaoundé, they will write the report to the effect that Ambazonia was shut down and elections never occurred there, never effective there. And if that is all that we get, that is it. That is what we want. That is the wisdom in what we do. We must send a consistent message in events like this to the effect that Ambazonia no longer recognize or associate with any events organized from Yaoundé. That is our message. Boycotting and shutting down Ambazonia from their elections. So Ambazonians, I ask you, be patient. Be patient. Let me address the market women, the market men, all the traders out there in Ambazonia as far as this lockdown is concerned. I know it has been very, very difficult for you out there this 1 month and maybe 2 weeks of the lockdown. But let me first of all appreciate your diligence in observing the lockdown in all of Ambazonia. Nobody forced you to do that. But you observe it because you know the state of the country in which you live. It is your own way. You do it to send a message to La République du Cameroon. It is not the separatists in the diaspora who are causing trouble, fomenting trouble on the ground. You do it to send a message to them that you on the ground, you stand for the liberation struggle of Ambazonia. That is your sacrifice. But I know it is tough. It has been tough to stay away from your source of income for over a month. It is painful. It is hard. It is difficult. Please, we beg you, understand that once in a while, sacrifices like this will be needed to send a message to not only to La République, but to the world, that they may have attention, that it may call attention to the struggle that we are going through in Ambazonia. Those pains will always be there. The suffering will always be there, just as we have seen people killed in this struggle. You heard me from the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. They chased out my mother from La République du Cameroon. Yes, I can use the word chase out, because he didn't leave from Cameroon to Ghana on her own volition. My mother had a visa to travel to Canada and got to the airport in Douala. They recognized her. Remember, she had just been released from the incarceration in Yaoundé. And a month after, we got her a visa to travel to Canada. My mother got to the airport in Douala. Her visa and passport were confiscated. They confiscated her visa and her passport. And the only option we had was to smuggle her out to the nearest country. We got her into Ghana. When my mom was incarcerated in the set Yaoundé, they denied her medications. They denied her medications, and all the time she was there. Now, once she is released, thanks to the pressure put on them, on the Republic government by the American ambassador then, and the Canadian ambassador then, and the International Red Cross in Yaoundé, these three people, I really appreciate what they did, the pressure they did to get my mother released from set in Yaoundé. So, but once my mother is released, she is traveling to Canada. They confiscated her passport and visa at the airport in Douala. As a result, we smuggled her out to Ghana. And in Ghana, my mother died. My father has died in this struggle. My sister has been to jail and to the military tribunal in La République du Cameroon. I can go on and name and name and name. But I say this to those who are saying, oh, people are suffering, people are dying. We all are suffering. We all are bearing the brunt of this war. But we cannot give up. We cannot surrender. 9 years are not 9 months, ladies and gentlemen. 9 years are not 9 months. We must stay the course. We must stay the course until there is a settlement, an official settlement that we all agree. And so if you are out there on the ground and lockdowns like this are passed for 1 month, we know how traumatizing they can be. But please, thank you for your understanding. It is not because we just want to punish you. It is not because we want you to suffer. We are passing a message to those who matter, to those who care, to do something, to hear our cry, to see your suffering and step in and do something. That is why this lockdown, long lockdown, was very necessary. And once in a while, we'll have lockdowns like this, ladies and gentlemen. I understand that the council and legislative elections are still planned sometime next year. That will happen. That will happen. Let me also speak to those who keep telling me, Chris, let's put our own candidates. Let's put our own candidates there. Our people have very short memories. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the sound of my voice. Our people, but I know these people are selfish elite, selfish leaders. They say to me, let's have our candidates in there, people that will support. And I ask them, ladies and gentlemen, when this conflict started, La République du Cameroon organized their so-called Grand National Dialogue. And what did they come out with? They came out with a special status for Ambazonia. And inside the special status, they said, we are giving you the House of Chiefs, the regional House of Chiefs. And do you remember what? The houses of chiefs they created did not even resemble, nothing close to the House of Chiefs we had in 1961. In 1961, we had the House of Chiefs that was a single house comprising of the chiefs in the northern and in the southern zone. But this time, in all India regular divide and conquer tactic, they divided the chiefs in the northern zone and those in the southern zones, and they call it House of Chiefs. They think that we should be excited. Oh, the House of Chiefs is bad. That is what came out of their so-called Grand National Dialogue. Also, look at this. They said from the Grand National Dialogue, we are creating a regional council that represent the aspiration of the grassroots, the local people, the common man. And what did they do? Can you or are you allowed to vote for those regional councillors? Of course not. They are appointed. Their senators are appointed. The regional councils are appointed. The governors are appointed. The mayors are appointed. Why do we have such short memories to remember that only 2019, when they held their grand national dialogue, nothing has changed? The people have no say as to who becomes a member of the regional house. The people have no say as to who becomes a member of the House of Chiefs. And you are saying, let us add more people, let us send more people there. So they should go there and do what? And effect what change? Ladies and gentlemen, let's be smart. Let's be smart. From grand national dialogue to special status, you are still unable to decide on who your representatives are. And you are saying, let's just go and vote. Open the territory to go and vote. We meant business in 2014, November 2014, when we decreed a free and independent Ambazonia. French Cameroon elections, ladies and gentlemen, are foreign to our territory. If we are voting or participating, we are participating in a foreign election. That's what it is. Except we mean we no longer believe in a free and independent Ambazonia. I hope this makes sense to all of you out there. Lockdown stays until October the 14th. Tuesday, October the 14th, you can go out, carry out your business as usual. The elections would have been over. We would have stopped them from carrying out that election in our territory. And so please, my apologies to every businessman out there, every trader out there who has bore the brunt of the 1 month or so lockdown. We just had to do it. As a lot of politicians were having in and out of the southern Cameroons as if there is no war. As if there is no war taking place in Ambazonia. But we stopped them. We stopped them. They have been able to come in only on the days we declared lockdown free. Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays. So, thank you very much. When I come back, ladies and gentlemen, I will take you to the subject of Issa Chiroma and Paul Tasson. Issa Chiroma says, Chris Anu, I talked to the secessionists. Do you know Chris Anu? They said, yeah, he is one of my best friends. All right, that will be the next subject, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned, stay tuned. I'm going to be
ABS
right
can help
back.
you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team.
I am in contact with secessionists. Do you know Chris Anu? He is a best friend of mine. We talk each other. We disagree, but we listen to each other. Before I come here, I tell him, Chris, I'm going to Bamenda, my home. You are home too. Please take care of me. So, when in the capacity as a minister, I did something which disturbed, which hurt your mind. Once again, please, I want you to forgive because I apologize. I want you to apologize. I am in contact with secessionists. Do you know Chris Anu? He is a best friend of mine. We talk each other. We disagree, but we listen to each other. Before I come here, I tell him, Chris, I'm going to Bamenda, my home. You are home too. Please take care of me. So, when in the capacity as a minister, I did something which disturbed, which hurt your mind. Once again, please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Issa Chiroma, to me, sounds like a comedian. In that footage, there in Bamenda, I'm going to be bringing you a very special monologue, talking point on what took place in Bamenda. Many of you are not able to see it from that angle, but Issa Chiroma has just made a confession as an insider to the genocidal regime that slaughtered our people and decimated our towns and villages. Issa Chiroma has confessed. I will be coming to that a little bit later on. But let me address the subject of Issa Chiroma going to Bamenda and telling the people in Bamenda he speaks to secessionists. Do you know Chris Anu? They said, yeah, he is my best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, this is comedy to me. And Issa Chiroma just looking and acting the comedian or the street politician that he has been for over the years. In Bamenda, he told the people in Bamenda, I am sorry, I apologize. The things that I said, he said, he was made to say those things. And that was in Bamenda at the weekend. Again, I'm coming to that a little bit later on in the show. He said the things that you said as Minister of Communication, he was made to say it. In other words, he was forced to say those things. He didn't say it from the heart. He didn't mean it from the heart. But then he tells them that before coming to Bamenda, he told Chris he is coming to Bamenda, to your hometown. He's going to Chris's hometown. Now, you realize the lies that some of these guys tell. How can Chris tell Chiroma that Bamenda is Chris's home? How is that even possible, ladies and gentlemen? How is that possible? So you can tell from his word that he was being the politician, maybe the liar that he has been known to be for so many years in that regime. The only thing he didn't lie about, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that, yes, I speak to him. I talked to him. In fact, since he declared his candidature, I have spoken to him like 4 times. 4 times. You can take that. If you are taking notes, take it down. I have spoken to him like at least 4 times. Does that make Issa Chiroma my friend? I doubt so. Does everybody you talk to become your friend? Answer the question. Does everybody you talk to become your friend? Of course not, ladies and gentlemen. I have spoken to him just as well as I have spoken to so many other people on the other side of this struggle. It will surprise you. Let me give you news. If you're out there in the social media, I woke up today. I woke up this morning and turned on my phone, look at my WhatsApp messages, and there was a message from Emi Bankoy. Emi Bankoy, listen to that. A message, an audio message. I think I should play that message. And Emi Bankoy left a message to me saying, Chris, so you are a friend of Issa Chiroma? You are a friend of Issa Chiroma? I will play that message from Emi Bankoy, ladies and gentlemen, for you to hear. And you all know who Emi Bankoy is, the dreaded genocidal killer in Yaoundé, the guy who was in charge of Sète, the guy who tortured my mother in Sète, in Yaoundé. So he had my number. Let me see. I want to get his message. The message is sent to me this morning. Okay. Listen to Emi Bankoy here, ladies and gentlemen. I got up this morning and he left this message on my phone.
How are you? I saw that you have stopped goes down there. You are a big supporter of Chiroma.
Okay. Again, let me play it again. That is Emi Bankoy. Emi Bankoy, the killer, the genocide agent in La République du Cameroon.
Mr. Kizano, good morning. How are you? I saw that you have stopped goes down there. You are a big supporter of Chiroma.
All right. But this is the point I'm trying to make. I said, Chris, I saw that you are a great supporter of Chiroma. And I saw that you have stopped lockdown. Now, I just talked about lockdown a few minutes ago. Did Chris Addo stop lockdown? Of course not. Am I a great supporter of Chiroma? Of course not. But these guys, they talk to me, ladies and gentlemen, and I talk to them. This same guy leaving a message on my phone. Sometimes you will ask, but how did Chris get his number to save in his phone? Ladies and gentlemen, again, I talk to so many people on the other side. And I said in an interview the other day, if I had a chance to talk to Paul Biya, I will do it and do it. And do it if I can put a smidgen of wisdom, of common sense in their minds about this war that has been raging for the past 9 years. In politics or in a revolution, a conflict like this one, ladies and gentlemen, you never shut the door to your enemies. Because at the end of the day, you still have to sit down with them. Do you talk to compromise with them? Of course not. I heard Chiroma. Chiroma said it right. They said, we disagree, but we talk. We disagree, but we talk. You don't shut the door to your enemies. And who knows? What if Chiroma becomes the president of La République du Cameroon tomorrow? Do you know why Chiroma is beginning to talk about referendum? Who brought the subject of the referendum in this struggle? Of course, it was Chris Addo. And Chiroma is there talking about referendum. I don't know what type of referendum he's talking about. But somehow, He is beginning to speak part of our language. But ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't mean I support him or I am his friend. Maybe he is just being politically smart by using some of the language that we use to run around to our people and try to placate them. That may just be the case. He may just be the same old Chiroma who says there are no killings in Ambazonia, in the southern Cameroon, who calls us terrorists and secessionists. May just be the same old Chiroma. Remember, I said to you, I don't care about these La République du Cameroon politicians, because if they win, it is not us they listen to. One, they are in the 2D. Their ears are open to the French and not to us. So I don't bloody care about Chiroma, whether he wins or doesn't win, or any of them, ladies and gentlemen. But should I talk to them? Absolutely. Absolutely. I talk to people in La République government. I talk to the bishops in La République. I talk to federalists, ladies and gentlemen. If I cannot come out of it and disclose to you who I'm talking to, we have to be strategic. You cannot close the door for a potential opportunity that may come out. So please, I would not come here and say, oh no, Issa Chiroma is lying about me, is lying about. I talk to him as well as I do to other enemies in the regime in La République du Cameroon. Who knows? Who knows? We may have an opportunity. If it comes, we take it. If it doesn't come, we keep on fighting. We keep on fighting, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, something is happening in Yaoundé, and Issa Chiroma may actually be banned. Issa Chiroma may actually be banned from participating in the elections on Sunday. You guys, your eyes, your ears should be open. Anything can happen between now and Friday that Issa Chiroma is banned from the elections. This is what we know. This is what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we know. I got a message from someone in La République du Cameroon. And the message is that Yaoundé, that is, when I talk of Yaoundé, I'm referring to the Bias Circle, the Paul Atanganji, the Ngongo, the Emi Banquis, and the rest. You know the circle I'm talking about, the people behind Bia. They are discussing the message that Issa Chiroma put out in Bamenda. Number one, Issa Chiroma admitted in Bamenda that La République du Cameroon carried out killings in Ambazonia. That was a confession. Many people have not seen that point. As a member of the regime, Issa Chiroma made it very clear. He was told to say what he said. He was wrong. The regime was perpetuating genocide in Ambazonia. And so in Yaoundé, after Chiroma mentioned that he is talking to secessionists, he is talking to Chris Anu and stuff, the regime in Yaoundé is holding meetings and discussing, deliberating whether they should ban him from the campaign, that he is being sponsored by the secessionists. That is what is going on in Yaoundé. So do not be surprised. Do not be surprised between now and Sunday. Paul Atanganji comes out to say, we are banning Issa Chiroma from the race because he is not patriotic. Because he is not patriotic. And in fact, Paul Tasson came out. I don't know how many of you have seen the video circulating, making the rounds, by Paul Tasson indicting Issa Chiroma for saying he is friend with Chris Anu. He talks to Chris Anu. He talks to the secessionists. Paul Tasson, remember, is one of their ministers. He got so upset, he came. I have never seen Paul Tasson in the social media in a video. But this time, he came, folded his hands as if his hands are tied behind him, and said, we are surprised that a whole minister confesses he's talking to a secessionist. I would like to, let me bring you Paul Tasong's clip here. Let him speak for himself, ladies and gentlemen. Let him speak for himself here. Listen to Paul Tasong. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have to check the audio of that message. Something is wrong with the audio of that message. We have to check it out. Supposed to come with an audio. But Paul Tasong is out there demonstrating the frustration that is within their government circles in Yaoundé, that Issa Chiroma would go out and confess that he is talking to secessionists, and so the plot in Yaoundé is to frame up Issa Chiroma as a terrorist or a friend of terrorists, and get him indicted and banned from participating in the Sunday elections in La République du Cameroun. That is the news coming out of Yaoundé. Again, remember, this is news talk. This is open mic, ladies and gentlemen. And all through, we forgot to put the phone line on the screen. And so right now, you have the phone line right there. Feel free to call. Feel free to call and come in with any contribution that you may have. Feel free to call. The number is there on your screen to make a contribution as a question, and I will be glad to take your question and answer it. So again, the phone line is open. The phone line is open. Go ahead and call. Go ahead and call. Go ahead and call. The phone number is there on your screen. I'd like to hear from you. The phone number is not a number you normally would use. I am so sorry. It appears like my microphone has been shut down since. All right, let me get to this caller here. Hello. Hello, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm getting you, Chris.
Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Nigeria. Yeah, hello.
Hello, I can hear you. What is your contribution?
I am calling from Nigeria.
Okay, sir. And what is on your mind?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was so happy with your outing. When you had a chat with Chiroma's daughter. Why can't you invite the father as well to have a chat with him to maybe clarify some of these doubts that we have, and to add to what we have been said? I don't think there's any issue when you have a chat with
I'm very sorry. The quality of your call is very bad, but I can hear your question. You are asking why I cannot invite Chiroma on the show like I did with her daughter. Listen, I am trying to do that before the elections, and I really hope he finds the time to come on. I have extended the invitation to him and to every other candidate in La République du Cameroun who wants to come on. That is who I am. Talking to them or listening to them doesn't mean you buy their point of view, right? That is who I am. That is the way I look at it. That is the way we should handle each other. Though we disagree, that doesn't mean we don't talk to each other. All right, thank you. Number is there. Go ahead and call. I see some people trying to call, but it dropped off. Go ahead and call. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Where are you calling from? I think I lost that caller. Okay, the phone line is open. Go ahead and call. I see many people trying to call. Go ahead and call. The phone line is open. I will take a few calls before I take you into my monologue for the day. Let's get to this caller here. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Grand One, precisely La Republic.
Okay. Wonderful. What is on your mind, sir?
Yes, I just want to say send a condolence for the loss of your mother, and we were also worried when you were missing, but thank God you are back, because we need a lot, we miss you a lot, and we always update you with a lot of information about what is happening with the struggle and even in La Republic.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so we just to say something out of your program, I just want to send information to some people, please, if can be permitted.
To which people?
Yes, like to those people that were thinking you were coming to power just to remain in the power, but
all right, go on and share your mind briefly.
Yes, you are proving to them that you were not there for the power, but to prove to them that you are there for the struggle, not to be a leader of the struggle, but to support the struggle to grow. So, and I also want some people like Prince Jeka and Nanchok to also know that we still need them also in the struggle. You have come to the leader of the IG and you have gone down, another person have taken up. So you have stand by the flag. They should also come and stand by the flag. They should not drop behind, so that all of us work for the struggle and the struggle will grow ahead.
All right.
So thank you. Yes, so thank you very much and have a blessed day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Let's get to the callers. Hello. 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 All right. When you call, you have to stay on the phone. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Well, when you call, you have to be on the phone. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am. Where are you
Chris.
calling? Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Ekona.
Wonderful. What is on your mind?
No, I want to appreciate you greatly because the lockdown that is in place, we are paying the price. I'm calling from Ekuna Grounds 1.
Okay. And what is your message?
I appreciate you greatly, Stephen Chris, because truly we are winning here in our Grounds 1.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. The phone line is open. I see so many people trying to call. Before you call, turn down the volume of your set. If you want to call, make sure you turn down the volume of your TV set and focus on your phone. Focus on your phone when you call. Hello. Hello.
Hello. I am back again.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to appreciate you for what you have been doing as far as this struggle is concerned. I can remember far back in 2017 what you were doing with your contacting Cameroon Journal, if I'm not mistaken, when our leaders were hijacked. You did a lot. The information you were sending out helped the struggle to move the struggle to the next dimension or the next level. So, and then if you look at those activists, those leaders, I think you have had you have lost a lot as far as both human and material both human and material damage. Now, my issue is this. The only issue that you have, or the only problem you have, is you should be able to be liberal with your collaborators, with your comrades. I think that can be the challenge that you are facing. So that with that now, the struggle, we can move the struggle faster. We can at least gain our independence as fast as possible. Now, what I wanted to ask you is this. What are you doing as a leader or as a comrade to bring our other leader or the other factions together?
Thank you. We will discuss that on another subject. When I delivered my last address to Ambazonia, I think a week ago, I mentioned that when I took over one of the main mission I wanted to pursue was bringing all the leaders together, and I narrated how much we tried. I cannot say that I succeeded, but I stated that that is the next mission that I am going to pursue, even staying by the side as a leader. So, but we will talk about this later on in another show. Thank you for the call.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Chris. Good evening.
Yes, can you raise your voice a little bit so I can barely hear you?
Okay, Mr. Chris. I can hear you well.
All right, go on. I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Batibo.
Wonderful. How is Batibo?
Batibo is very well, precisely from Guzang in particular.
Wonderful. What is on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I have been following these videos from Issa Chiroma since the other day.
Right.
And it is quite interesting that he says that you are his best friend. No. Yes, I also need to find out from you if, within politics, it can be very funny. He can say that you are his best friend and to tell you are his best friend. Now we are all confused that you are now debunking the fact. Maybe you need to tell us if Issa Chiroma has been your friend.
Did you listen to this show from the beginning?
Yes, I listened to it.
Okay, then why would you ask me to start narrating? I have explained everything from the beginning. You should know that he is speaking as a politician. Is he my friend? I said that is an overstatement. Do we talk? Absolutely.
Okay.
Do we agree? Absolutely not. As you himself said it over there, right?
Now, thank you very much. I like what you are saying, because you know all these people who have dealt with the government in Yaoundé can be very funny. They will claim something which is not true.
Right, of course. But the thing is, it sells them as just as the same people, the same Issa Chiroma in the new costume. He just won your votes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy that we will not be distracted and you will not distract our people by this.
All right. You have a great day. Thank you for the call. Hello. 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 Can you turn down the volume? Can you turn down the volume of your TV? Focus on your phone.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Turn down the volume of your television and focus on your phone. All right, we lost that caller. Hello. Hello. We lost that one too. Okay, the phone line is still open again. If you want to call, make sure that you are focused on your phone. Turn down the volume of your TV set before you call, because there will be a delay. You cannot be listening to your TV and be calling me on your phone. The voices will overlap and there will be a delay. You want to call, shut down the volume of your TV and focus on the phone. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Can you raise your voice a little bit so I can hear you? Where are you calling from?
Good evening, sir. I hope you are getting me right now.
I'm getting you right now. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kumba.
Wonderful. Okay, what is on your mind?
I don't have something much in my mind. I just want to say something about Mr. Issa Chiroma and the video I'm watching right now in the Bazona channel.
Okay.
What I just want to say is just that, I'm very happy seeing Issa Chiroma in Bamenda, and then I get what he said concerning you, that you are somehow closer to him, like people are talking. What I just want to know, we are in the crisis and then things are not really going well. The Ambazonian people are dying, people are somewhere in the village, somewhere. Somehow, I'm very happy. He himself is in Bamenda. He's seeing how the atmosphere in Bamenda is like doing this crisis, and then he's talking about changing, because if you're in the politics, you are seeing how people are there dying, people are suffering. Then you want changes, as he's saying that he wants changes. So I'm just praying, if he's there for changes and then he's seeing how people are there suffering, people are crying, people are dying, then people are there so rejoicing with him.
Well, listen to me. Well, hold on, listen to me. Don't be naive. Every politician who comes to you will tell you, talks change, isn't it? Remember, Frundi come with change, power to the people, the only people who change are the politicians. Frundi fed his family and his belly. Issa Chiroma will not be any different. Any of those politicians. That is why we are bent on getting our own thing, not those same politicians from another place. Thank you for the call. The volume is very bad. Hello. 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 Hello? Hello? Again, when you call, make sure the volume, when you make a call, you do not want to listen to me from your TV. You want to shut down the volume of your TV set and focus on your phone. That's the only way I will hear you, or you will hear me. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
Hello. Good evening. Good evening, Comrade Grace.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from UAE, Dubai.
Wonderful. What is on your mind, sir?
Well, I've been following your show for quite some time, and I'm congratulating you for your consistency. You have really been with the struggle, and you have the people's pain in mind. And I want to talk again, please, my sincere condolence for the loss of your mother. And I want to comment about Issa Chiroma.
Okay.
Mr. Issa Chiroma and Paul Biya, I can see them as a very good twin brothers. They will come to us, the Anglophones, to Amazonia, and they will preach their good news and say whatever they will say, like what Issa Chiroma is saying in Manila, seeking for apologies. He's the one who said there is no crisis. What is he apologizing for? He's the one who said the military has never killed any civilian in the region. The military has never burned down any houses. So what apology is he asking to the people of Bamenda and the Anglophones? So it is just to measure and to make the people believe that he had the Anglophone in mind. Of course, if you vote, and if you vote him or you vote him, he will not do anything to that for people. If in a crisis he wants that he's looking for federation, before he should come to the Anglophones, one thing he should advocate for is to release the prisoners of war. Is to seek their release, all those indications when they and the rest. He is seek for their release, and then come and approach the Amazonia and seek for apology, and then we can listen to him.
Thank you for your call.
La carrière s'est arrêtée et il a changé de camp. Il s'est mis du côté du peuple parce qu'il a vu que vous souffrez, il a vu qu'on vous torture, il a vu que les gens s'appellent de l'hiver, il a vu que les gens...
So many phone calls. Unfortunately, I can't take all of them for time constraints.
Mais lui, il a entré dans ce gouvernement, il apprenait. Il a choisi d'accompagner le chef de l'État pendant toute sa carrière, il préférait l'homme heureuse. Mais depuis 5 ans, on ne voit plus ce chef de l'État. Alors il a supposé que la carrière s'est arrêtée et il a changé de
this is interesting. Let me get this call
il a vu
first.
que vous souffrez, il a vu qu'on vous torture, il a vu que les gens s'appellent de l'hiver, il a vu que les gens vous menacent, il a vu que c'est
Hello. 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 Yes, I can hear you, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Cameroon.
Okay, that is La République du Cameroon.
Yes.
What is on your mind?
Oh, you, Grace. Why you abandon their people like that? Why are you selfish? You should not abandon people.
No, I did not abandon. Of course, I couldn't abandon my people. Sometimes circumstances block communication, right? If you were listening to me from the beginning of the show, I mentioned that all my phones were gone and I lost all the contacts. My mom also died after that, and that was a surreal moment for the entire family. I hope that makes sense.
I accept my condolences. I accept my condolences. Thank you for the evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Hello. 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 All right. I move to the next caller. Hello.
Yes, hello. Hello, Chris.
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Dallas.
Dallas. Okay. What is on your mind, sir?
Well, yeah, I first of all, I want to give you applaud you for what you're doing. There is nothing wrong in talking to in keeping the lines open to talk to anybody. I've seen some people who I think they're misconfused. They're confused, and they're taking you talking to Chiroma as we can talk to whoever we want.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the whole idea. You don't want to just keep the line open to people of your sphere. I think this is for everybody. There is no way we can fully understand what is going on if we limit who we want to talk to.
Absolutely.
I think that's just really what I wanted to say in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll take this other caller before I bring you my talking point for the day. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yes, Fidelis.
Oh, Fidelis, calling from Maryland. What is on your mind, sir?
Yes. Okay, Comrade Chris, I'm happy that you are back on, and we are so delighted that you made a very huge announcement today about a new government that has been formed for the interim government led by Dr. Epa, who is a firebrand in this revolution. Fast forward, I just want to talk about what is happening in Cameroon today in La Republique. I don't know who they think they are trying to fool this time around, especially with their fake elections that they are going to conduct, which they have already rigged. What really puzzles me is the fact that why is it that all the presidential candidates, except for CPDM, have decided to embrace the struggle of Ambazonia as the main topic of their discussion, as a motion for their campaign, as a platform for their campaign. This information should go wide to all Ambazonians to learn from here that these people, when they are in Yaoundé, they pretend that there is no problem for the Southern Cameroonians. And now, but when they are looking for votes, they will come and try to sympathize with us, Ambazonians, that, okay, there is a problem. They are trying to identify with the problem. Where have they been for all these years? Nobody, I never heard Issa Chirumas come out there to sympathize with Ambazonians. I never heard anything from Akeremuna to sympathize. He would have even led the legal team that was fighting for the Naira 10 abduction. Those who are our leaders who were abducted. I never saw him or lead any effort to fight for these people, to advocate for them. I've never heard him anywhere do something that is in the interest of Ambazonians. Why is it that they are flooding and running all around now, campaigning for vote from Ambazonians? You see other candidates like Bello Boba and the rest, they are running to Bamenda and talking about Ambazonian struggle, that they identify with the problem, the struggle. They are running to Boya, Kumba, everywhere, and singing a song of sympathy. Is that what we need? I don't think that is what we need. We have been fighting for 9 years, and people have refused to identify with the crisis that we have. And now is the time to think that they will come around and pretend with us and identify with us. Libri, the other presidential candidate, they call him Libri or something like that. I've never heard any of them who has been in the Cameroon Assembly lead talks or lead a motion are only fighting for themselves. They do not have the interest of the common man. They do not have the interest of Ambazonians at heart, and they are not ready to do anything. They are pretending, and we just need to show them the way out, because if we participate in this fake election or give them any opportunity, they are going to ruin us, because they already know that we do not even exist. They are only coming now because they are clamoring for vote. So, again, thank you for coming back, and you are bouncing back very strong, Comrade Chris, and we are behind you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the call. All right. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We will hold on to the calls for now, and after my monologue, I will open the phone line again. For the moment, please just stay put. And before I bring you the monologue, I like to bring you this footage coming from Paul Tasson, and the footage is making the rounds on the social media, and Paul Tasson is very worried, and that should tell you what the temperature in Yaoundé, especially among the CPDM bigwigs, the Paul Atanganji, the Ngongo, and the rest, that should tell you the kind of temperature that is within them in Yaoundé. Listen to Paul Tasson.
The Libyan people last Saturday watched with heavy hearts and a lot of anxiety as one of the presidential candidates for the October 12, 2025 presidential election, Mr. Issa Chiroma, declared that Christopher Ano is his best friend. I'm using his own words, his best friend. Minister Chiroma further declared that Christopher Ano had given him his blessings and provided protection for his stay in Bamenda. We wondered how a man who had just abandoned the government that he has served for 20 years, could do such an open and public declaration. The Libyan people are particularly touched by this situation for simple reasons. For those who don't know, Christopher Ano comes from Libya, and the almighty Field Marshal, his junior brother, who is called Lekaka Oliver, was behind all the havoc that was caused in Libyan division. We are therefore bemused and wondering how a member of government would have been sponsoring these acts of terrorism in our division. We want to take this opportunity to recall to candidate Issa Chiroma and his cohorts that Libyan division has paid the price. But thank God our ancestors are not at sleep. On Saturday, last Saturday, that's the 4th of October 2025, just a week to the presidential elections, the ancestors of Libyan pushed candidate Issa Chiroma to Bamenda to go and confess. You can confess and bring to the attention of the world the evil that he has done to Libyan people. Candidate Issa Chiroma, we are waiting for you in the Libyan division to come and participate in a town hall with all our people, during which town hall we'll be expecting you to clarify us on a certain number of issues. First and foremost, candidate Issa Chiroma, I am sure your best friend told you the techniques that he used to organize the murder of 3 chiefs in Esota in Fontaine subdivision on the night of the 13th of February 2021. I am sure, candidate Issa Chiroma, that you are aware that these 3 chiefs were murdered because they had participated in the election of the regional council in the southwest region. Now,
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, there is not enough time to do justice on what Paul Tasson is saying there, but I promise you I will come back to it tomorrow, take it point by point and dissect it and give you the real perspective to it. But for the moment, I will bring you my monologue that has to do with what Paul Tasson is saying and what Chiroma is also doing. So that is my monologue that I bring to you for the moment. This is again about what Paul Tasson is saying in relation to Asa Chiroma disclosures in Bamenda last Saturday. This is a revelation, and I'd like you to give me your ears to get this particular angle to the revelations. I call them revelations. For close to a decade, ladies and gentlemen, the Cameroonian regime in Yaoundé has waged one of the most barbaric wars of extermination in Africa's recent history against the people of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Villages have been wiped off the map, entire communities displaced, men and women raped, children maimed, elders tortured, and countless innocents executed in cold blood. This campaign has not been a series of isolated atrocities. It has been a coordinated, state-sanctioned genocide. Now, the mask is beginning to fall, and the criminals who masterminded this genocidal project in Ambazonia are being dragged by the force of truth out of the shadows. The most consequential revelation so far has come from none other than Issa Chiroma Bakari, a man, ladies and gentlemen, who cannot be dismissed as a passerby. Issa Chiroma was not a distant observer. He was at the heart of the regime as spokesman for Paul Biya's government at the very onset of the genocidal war against Ambazonia. From that podium in Yaoundé, Chiroma defended the indefensible, justified massacres in Ambazonia, and covered up war crimes. His voice became the propaganda machine of a genocidal state in La République du Cameroon. Yet, in his turning turn revelation, he has now openly confessed, acknowledged his complicity, asked for forgiveness from victims face to face, and admitted he acted on the commands of the genocidal architects in Yaoundé. Take note of that, everybody. This confession by Issa Chiroma is monumental. For the first time a regime insider has broken ranks and exposed the operating system of genocide, how policy was formulated, how the military and militias were deployed, and how southern Cameroon's Ambazonian civilians were systematically targeted in their homes, their schools, churches, and in hospitals. And most crucially, Issa Chiroma confessed this face to face, looking into the victims' eyes in Bamenda last weekend. This is not just a man's remorse. It is not. It is the crack in the wall of impunity. The world can no longer pretend ignorance. The international community can no longer delay. The crimes against Ambazonia are no longer allegations. They have now been confirmed by a key perpetrator who sat at the table where these atrocities were planned. But as the truth crawls out, ladies and gentlemen, panic is spreading among those still holding the bloody knife. One such man is Paul Tasson, minister delegate at the presidency, so-called in charge of planning, one of the regime's most notorious fixers, and a man whose career is steeped in blood and corruption. If Issa Chiroma was a voice of the genocidal machine, Paul Tasson was its undertaker. Entrusted by Yaoundé to bankroll the war, Paul Tasson became the key player in channeling funds, money in recruiting militias and covering the tracks of the government's atrocities. Paul Tasson used his position not for development, but for the financing of death squads, the laundering of blood money, and the enabling of systemic terror all over the southern Cameroons. His rule went beyond paper trails. Survivors, witnesses, and even his own words placed him at the center of targeted killings, militia sponsorship, and the orchestration of campaigns that devastated communities in the BLM, his own neck of the wood, and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Paul Tasson who spearheaded the so-called reconstruction program in Ambazonia, a grotesque mockery in which the arsonist pretended to be the firefighter. Billions marked for rebuilding schools and hospitals instead disappeared. They disappeared into private pockets, or worse, into the arming of militias that continue to burn down villages and slaughter civilians in the southern Cameroons. That was the job of Paul Tasson. So rattled was Tasson by Issa Chiroma's confession that Paul Tasson could no longer hide. Though he is not a candidate in the ongoing elections in La République du Cameroon, nor an official campaign delegate for Paul Biya, Paul Tasson emerged from the shadows to lash out not at Chiroma, but at yours truly, Chris Anu, a man who was not even present at the crime base in Bamenda where the revelations were made by Issa Chiroma. Why would Paul Tasson, a supposed minister, be so destabilized by Chiroma's words that he descended into attacking yours truly and even dragging in Anu's late brother and mother, victims of the very genocidal machinery he helped finance? Why would he be so moved, so touched to go that far? The answer is simple. He is terrified. He and his minions are terrified. He knows Issa Chiroma holds records, testimonies, and insider knowledge of his own crimes. His voice shook. His face looked downcast in that video. And even as he spoke, he admitted he was heartbroken. But what is breaking Tasson's heart? Certainly not the suffering of Ambazonians. He has sponsored their killers. What breaks him is the looming certainty that his name will soon be urged in the Black Book of International Justice. The world must be reminded of some of Paul Tasson's crimes, which no amount of spin or silence can erase. He has been directly implicated in the recruitment and arming of militias on behalf of their government, militias that ravage the BLM, carrying out assassinations, abductions, and arson. Paul Tasson popularly boasted about the torture of an unarmed man tied by the gendarmes and tortured to death. in his village. This was not hearsay. His own voice betrayed him. Paul Tasson worked hand in glove with Colonel Bankui in the abduction and court-martial of my own late mother and my sister. My 80-year-old mother, abducted and tortured under Tasson's complicity, eventually succumbed to the inhumanity she endured. Paul Tasson masterminded corrupt schemes under the so-called Reconstruction Initiative, laundering money through fake contracts while civilians remain in rubble. He was deeply involved in covering up the killings of the chiefs of Esau-Ota, still in the BLM. Though investigations revealed that La République du Cameroon soldiers and Tasson's militias in the BLM were responsible, the report was buried to shield him, cover him, and his collaborators. This is not just political corruption. This is blood-stained criminality of the highest order. Chiroma's confession in Bamenda, ladies and gentlemen, has opened the floodgates for the first time. The architects of genocide in Yaoundé feel the weight of exposure. And among them, Paul Tasson is visibly rattled. His attacks on yours truly, his false accusations against Field Marshal the King, his desperate attempt to redirect blame, all of this is the behavior of a man trapped in his own crimes. The truth is simple. Issa Chiroma has rattled the cage, and the beasts of genocide are scrambling, and they will continue to scramble even after Sunday. Tasson's panic and his clique in Yaoundé is also a reflection of guilt. For years, they hid behind power, thinking their crimes in the BLM and elsewhere in Ambazonia were beyond, would remain buried under the ashes of burned villages. But as insiders like Chiroma begin to speak, they realize that the net is closing in. International justice, once distant, now inches closer with every revelation. The revelations of Issa Chiroma and his confession, ladies and gentlemen, cannot be treated as mere political gossip or propaganda. They are a confession of genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. They confirm what Ambazonians have long cried out, that the war waged by Paul Biya and his lieutenants is a deliberate policy of exterminating Southern Cameroonians. The international community can no longer look away. The duty to act is not just legal, it is moral also. Every day of silence emboldens criminals like Paul Atanganji, Paul Tasson, Chiroma, and so on, who continue to sponsor the militia and enriching themselves on the blood of innocents. Every delay in action deepens the suffering of Ambazonia's people. Paul Tasson may rant, he may attack yours truly, he may even try to rewrite the story of his crimes. But history has already caught up with him and the rest of them. The revelations of Issa Chiroma are not going away. They are not going anywhere. The records of his collaboration, the records of Issa's collaboration with genocidal commanders are not disappearing. The memory of the innocent victims he betrayed, he tortured and killed will not be silenced. And that is my monologue, ladies and gentlemen. I will once more open the phone lines again. Tomorrow I will be coming back to Paul Tasson and take his video message point by point and prove that he is a criminal who deserves to be at the ICC. But I will open the phone lines for about 10 more minutes, and after that, I will call it a night. I will call it a night. So go ahead and call if you can. Go ahead and call if you can. The number, please get the number on the screen. Get the number on the screen. And while you prepare to call, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to make an appeal. I'd like to make an appeal to all of you out there watching and listening to the sound of my voice. ABS survives. ABS survives with a generous contribution of people, men and women like you out there who are watching and listening to me. I want to appeal to you. We have been off of the satellite for a while. We never want to go off the satellite. I want to appeal to you. We need 100 people who will commit to $25 every month to help sustain ABS to stay on satellite. We are on 2 satellites covering all of Africa. It is not cheap to do so. But if you appreciate what we do here, please, I know, especially if you are in the diaspora, you are able to afford $25 or more. Send me a message on the phone number on your screen if you want to be counted among those who want to support ABS to stay on satellite. Please, I'm pleading with you, let's carry this burden together. It is not about me, it's not about you, it's about our cause. So please, again, leave me a message on the number you find on your screen for payment information to be forwarded to you by the end of this show. So again, the phone line is open. Go ahead and call. All right, let me see who is calling. I see a message here that I would like to read. This person writes, "My dear Anchorman, if it's true that you actually chanted the refrain of the 237 anthem when Chiroma requested, then I'm totally disappointed in you. What was your reason for doing that? It means his apology was accepted. Remember, you can..." Let me just cut this short. I don't know where it is coming from. You know, the social media is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess what they are saying here is, I chanted the Cameroon anthem to Chiroma. Please let us be smart out there, of course. You know, that will never happen, right? So ignore this message. The phone line is open. In the next 8 minutes, this show will be over. If you want to call, if you want to contribute, go ahead and contribute. Let me see the other messages here, if there are any. Okay. All right. Okay, there is no other message here. Again, the phone line is open. You can go ahead and call. Let me know what is on your mind. In the meantime, I will be here tomorrow. I will be here Wednesday. I will be here Thursday. I will be here Friday and Saturday, and Sunday will be the grand finale with a large panel of both La Republicans and Ambazonians to weigh in on the elections in La République du Cameroon. Hello.
Hello. Comrade Chris, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, I'm calling from La Republic.
All right, from La Republic. And what is on your mind, sir?
Yeah. First of all, condolences to the loss of your mother.
Thank you.
Yeah, the videos or the video of the Chiroma in Bamenda, I want to make a comment there.
Sure, go
I don't
on.
know why. I don't know why some people are just trying to make something out of nothing. I think the statement of Chiroma is in Bamenda, that was his political statement. He knows that the people of the people of Ambazonia, especially the people of Bamenda, they know you very well. So he knows that if he calls your name, say he's talking with you, everybody will be happy to get his message.
Right.
Of course. So that was his own game that he plays in Bamenda. So I don't know why people are trying to make some kind of thing. And first of all, from the beginning of before this crisis, I think you have always been a journalist. You use your journalism skill for this crisis. So for you to communicate with anybody is not strange. So if you can recall, there was a time you even talked with Nijon Fundi, even people who are against the struggle, you talk with them. You have spoken with many people.
I have spoken almost to everybody that I can reach.
And that has always been your policy. You don't care who is. You always try to bring everybody to school them.
Absolutely.
Make them to know the reality, to know what is happening. But I see some people trying to say that you are talking to with this person. I think it's strange. Except those who are looking in streets, only people who don't know who you are.
Hold on there. Look at it this way. Of course, all that is coming out there is coming from our detractors and blacklegs and so on. Because look at this thing for the past 9 years. I think if anybody has been consistent in this struggle, it is yours truly. I say what I deem fit to say. I do what I deem fit to do, but you will never hear that Chris Anu is compromised. I have not been compromised for the past 9 years. I will not be compromised, but trust me, I will talk to whom I can, meet whom I can. It doesn't change anything. We want a solution to our conflict, and I will go at any length, even if it means meeting the devil himself. I will do it and still come back and be Chris Anu.
See, Comrade Chris. Chiroma is not a fool. He knows your popularity. He knows your sacrifice as far as the struggle is concerned. He knows that everybody's, as far as the Southern Cameroon is concerned, crisis. He knows that everybody knows you. So he cannot go to Bamenda and begin to call any kind of person's name. You must call somebody that everybody knows him.
Of course,
It's just a kid, somebody who is coming to the struggle now, who may not know who your services as far as the struggle is concerned.
Absolutely.
So Chiroma knows very well. He knows that if he calls your name, everybody must give attention to take his message. And now those were the things that the people on the ground needed at the moment. And he must use some kind of political word, and the kind of political word is to name some kind of people that are related to the struggle, and who the people knows that that kind of way.
Right. All right.
And he even go to an extent to sing the national anthem.
I learned the people refuse to sing Lollapalooza.
You tell you that he knows that the people are in support of the struggle, so he needs to call somebody who is popular with the struggle so that he can have access to talk to them.
Maybe what you forgot to say was to tell the people Chris told him to come to Bamenda, that you people should join him and sing the anthem. That's what the people refuse.
When it comes to this struggle, there is no bargains that some people may look at it. You have been one of the leaders who have sacrificed in this struggle from day one. Forget about all the noise people can be going back right from your family. I think now even in Libya, your family company no more there. The military have destroyed everything. There's nothing.
They burned down our home. We don't have any home in Libya. Nothing.
So when I see some other camps of Ambazonia, they are taking their message, trying to manipulate it, that you are talking with this. I don't look at.
It's good. Hold on there. It's good you mentioned that, because I learned this other channel they call ABC is running with a message on their channel that, you see, we told you Chris Anu is sold out, Chris Anu is bought. Let me think about this. If Chiroma had mentioned the name of Sako as the one who is his friend, can you imagine how they will be celebrating because Sako is the only one known on the ground? Think about that. Right? They will be celebrating because Sako is already.
Do you think that Chiroma is a fool that will go and begin to go to Bamenda and begin to call Sako? Sako is hiding in Maryland, hiding in small room days. But you are always on air every day. You are on all their channels. So Chiroma knows that the channel is on the ground and the people are listening to your voice every day. Every day, they know who you are. They know your capability. They know your stand as far as the struggle is concerned. So if Chiroma mention your name there, the people will give him that chance to listen to him. So he cannot go and begin to call some kind of somebody like him who is sleeping there, maybe land is a small room there. He cannot even go to the street and even march for the support of the struggle.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call.
It is well, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, I think we will call it a night here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll call it a night here. Let me read this message from this person. Greetings, Comrade Chris. Chiroma and Paul Tasung have just started. Many other enablers will continue to confess by God's divine power. Absolutely. Absolutely. I really hope Ambazonians forget about Chiroma going to Bamenda and saying, Chris Ano is my friend. When I was coming to Bamenda, I told him, and remember one thing, the confession Chiroma made in Bamenda, that he was told what to say about all the atrocities committed in Ambazonia. If there is any take-home message from Chiroma in Bamenda, ladies and gentlemen, that is the message that for the first time, somebody, an insider from the regime, has finally confessed that La République du Cameroon carried out genocide inside Ambazonia. That is a confession. That is a confession. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, where are you calling from, sir?
I am calling from Equatorial.
Your phone is breaking. I can barely understand what you are saying. You are calling from where?
From Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea. Okay, all right. What is on your mind, sir?
I've been a favorite listener to your show anytime. First of all,
you are watching on satellite?
I'm watching on Facebook.
On Facebook, okay. You know that you can receive ABS there on the satellite, right?
Yes, I always watch in my house when I am in my house in the Republic.
Okay.
Because I am in the border town.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What is on your mind, sir?
You know, first of all, I want to condolence for your mommy where he died.
Thank you.
Secondly, I give you much courage. Now for the way we always know the hero. Upon all these trials where they meet up you still strong in the struggle. I really appreciate it. I ever follow you from day number one of the struggle. You were the secretary in the IG during the time of Sisiku. Right now, you are uncheckable. And at the talk say, this time around, you don't make our struggle, it could go for international level because all these politicians in the Republic, they are chanting our struggle now, Anglophone problem. But this time, they say that there is no Anglophone problem. So I hope say the international body they understand now that the Republic are chanting our struggle, our Anglophone problem. I really appreciate may God Almighty to guide you. Upon all that, people will they try to sabotage your name, That one is normal, because in everything you must have people that they did sabotage your name. It's such a rumor don't come for Bamenda. I don't put they will be now a friend. Very good. That means say you instruct you say will be an Amazonian. We don't have to sing a national anthem. People tell me they sing a national anthem, they say no. That one by the proof say we not be in a part of La Republic.
You know, talking about that national anthem, I think our people make some mistake for that play. When Issa Chiroma asked for national anthem, I wish they started with AMBA. Everybody started singing AMBA anthem. That would have been wonderful, right?
Let me tell you that my children are being from Bui County, and my picking them be there with Mameko there. Time where they don't come back, make them me for which I were there for La Republic. When they want the national anthem, they sing now that one for Amazonia.
Right.
When they don't come, before I tell them, say, oh, they go come back with.
Well, I'm sorry, your phone is breaking a lot, but thank you for calling. God bless you. Stay blessed out there. All right, let me see. So many messages here. Hello, Mr. Chris. Your program was so good. I couldn't call live because I am a personality and my voice can easily be tracked. One thing you should keep insisting on all your outings is that let the few Ambazonians who are still having interest in French Cameroon know that political change can never be brought to French Cameroon through the ballot. That should be clear in their mind, except they want to be wasting their time behind elections. Okay, sir. Thank you. I will get back to you. And then, greetings, Comrade Chris. Chiroma and Paul Tasum have just started. Many other enablers will continue. Okay, I read that one before. Good evening, Chris. I would like to participate also. Accept my condolences, sir. How can I contribute, sir? All right. Thank you. You are writing from Belgium. If you want to support ABS, what you can do is go to the website absafricatv.com, absafricatv.com, and you will see on the top right, top right end of the website, a donation button that uses PayPal. It uses PayPal. You click on that. You are able to make a donation through PayPal. Thank you. Let me take this. Oh my, I made a mistake and canceled that caller, unfortunately. Okay, let me see. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, where are you calling from?
Hi, Chris. I'm calling from Texas, Chris.
Okay, and what is on your mind, sir?
Well, so I was just calling to address. I was listening to ABC just a while ago, and it's a few things that I just want to cover. It's kind of a dilemma because when I listen to ABC, it's like a
which
favorite
ABC?
channel.
Which ABC?
The Amber TV.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. When I listen to that, to be honest with you, it's a favorite channel to me, and I like your ABS as well. And I wanted look, your departure from ABC is regrettable. You know, Chris. And I'm not putting the blame on you. I'm not saying that you did something wrong, but I think that we should not spend our energies fighting each other, because I don't see the difference between what some people do compared to what ADF is doing, spend their energy attacking our own people.
Yeah.
Comrade Chris, you are not the enemy. You are not the enemy. La Republic is the enemy. I think we should spend our time, our energy and resources and so on, looking for ways to tackle the problem that we face as a people. You know, had you stayed, I mean, if we had your departure from AB, from AB. I wish you had stayed. I wish, because together Chris, you were forced to record with, you know, and for some people over there, I'm not going to mention names, talking about that they should have called by them. They should have, Chiroma should have been talking to them. I think that's a mistake. You know, that was a mistake. You know, because had Chiroma spoken to them, they would not have been saying what they said. I think they would
exactly. That is the point I make. Yeah, hold on, comrade. Yeah. You see. Hold on a second. There. You see, they tell me a lot. I get lots and lots of messages from Ground Zero, how that these guys that you mentioned, every time they go on their ABC, they have nothing to talk about except Chris Ano. Chris Ano is bought out. We told you Chris Ano is for Federation. We told you he is dealing with a lot of political Cameroon. They have nothing to say that motivates our people, that educate our people, that is illuminating to them, other than, I don't know, they don't watch what we do here on ABS. We don't sit here calling names, we talk about the issues and the struggle.
It is a mistake. That is what La Republique wants to hear. They should not feed La Republique with all these narratives. You know, that is exactly what La Republique wants to hear. So I don't know how we can how we can do this. You know, I still like ABC a lot, but we should come together and, you know, find a way to forge a path forward, because this in-house name calling, it doesn't help us. It doesn't help the cause.
Well, I think the message should be addressed to them if you have the opportunity, because I think you listen to us a lot too. We are not in the habit of sitting here and calling names. We discuss issues. We educate our people.
Yes, you're right, Chris. You're absolutely correct. You know, if I have the opportunity, I will. You know, because we have to do better. We have to do better.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let me read the messages from our people. Keep up with the good work you are doing, sir, to sustain the Ambazonian revolution. Concerning this issue of you talking to people in French Cameroon government, let people also know that you are a journalist apart from being an activist for the Ambazonian revolution. All right. Thank you, sir, for the understanding. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're going to call it a night. At this moment, I still want to appeal to you to please consider helping support ABS. And you really want to do so. Again, we need at least 100 people who will dedicate every month, give ABS $25, especially if you are in Europe or the USA. It is very easy. All you need to do, go to the website absafricatv.com, click on the donation button on the top right side, and you'll be able to make a donation every month by way of PayPal. But if you want to use Cash App or Zelle and you are in the USA, send me a message on the number you find there on your screen, and we will feed you with the payment information. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of the show today. I look forward to being with you every day until French Cameroon elections. They are set and done. Good night.